Find the missing part. Let's take a look at 6 plus 10 equals blank. 6 and 10 are parts. What we are looking for is the whole. We're going to use our number bond to help us organize our numbers. 6 is a part. We're going to put it here in the number bond. 10 is the other part, so we're going to put it here. When we find the whole, the answer goes here. In order to do that, the kids have been working on lots of different strategies. So when they first start out, they see 6 and 10 as parts. We're adding, so we're putting these numbers together. And they may just draw circles. So we're going to draw 6 circles. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And in the beginning, the kids draw both parts and they count them all up and they find the whole, or the total. As the kids move on, we use 10 frames. The 10 frames help the kids keep their drawings organized. So now if we were to look at 6, so now we have 6 and 10. And when the kids see that the 10 frame is full, they know that they have 10. When we use the 10 frames, we encourage the kids to use different colors or different shapes. So I could use circles and X's. I could use circles, or I could color in those circles. Okay, so here's another way using 10 frames to show 6 and 10. You would take 10 as the larger number and count on 6 to find the whole. Recently, we've shown the kids how to use quick tens. And so the idea with quick tens is we'd have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 ones, 1 10. And we would see 1 10, 6 ones. That's the number 16. So as the students have progressed from just drawing pictures to drawing organized pictures, to be able to group tens to see the number more quickly. So we see that 6 and 10 makes 16. Okay. So this is a pretty standard problem. 6 and 10, part, whole. Same goes for the number bond. Part, whole. We could rearrange these numbers in the number bond to our number sentence. So we could say, as in our problem here, 6 plus 10 equals 16. We could also say 10 plus 6 equals 16. We could flip the parts. We could also make our subtraction sentence. 16 minus 10 equals 6. Or 16 minus 6 equals 10. Once we have all three numbers, the number sentences of addition and subtraction are easy to create. Sometimes we have a missing part. And sometimes this can be more confusing to the kids. But what we're going to do is we're just going to rearrange the problem or figure out how to think about it. So the first things first, we always go back to this number bond. It helps the kids to keep their thinking organized. So what we need to do is we need to know what we're dealing with here. So this 5 is a part. Okay, and in the number bond, the part, or one of the parts, will go here. Here, we have a square, or a blank. That is a missing part. Okay, we don't know this part yet. Here, the 15, that's the whole. We know that all together in this problem, we have 15. So here we have to figure out the missing part. A few ways to do that. Now that we've figured that out on our number bond, we could draw a picture. We could count on. Okay, those are the two most common strategies that we could use. So we could think about this as an addition problem. We could think about this as a subtraction problem. The idea is that kids become fluid with these numbers. That just because we have a missing part, we're not going to let that confuse us. So one thing we could do is we could start at 5 and count up to 15. Okay, and that may take a minute. We could take 15 and subtract 5. What we've been doing recently with the kids using those quick tens. Okay, so let's see. Let's try counting on first. So we could say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and then we would ask, how many circles did we draw? How many marks did we make in order to get from 5 to 15? And when I make my marks, I put them in rows of 5 so that we could see we have 2 rows of 5, making 10. Okay, so that takes a minute, being able to go from 5 to 15 and draw out all those circles. We could also think about it as, here, let me get this. We could think about it as 15 minus 5 equals blank. Make this a little bigger. Okay, so 15 minus 5. And here's where we could use our quick tens. 15, let me see, a little space. 15 is 1 10, 5 ones. Okay, so if I have 1 10, 5 ones, and I'm subtracting 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's all those ones going away. So I can cross them off. And we can see that I'm left with one group of 10. (15 minus 5 is 10. And what we've done is we've figured out the missing part, so that becomes part of our number bond now. Okay, so we could say 15 minus 5 is 10, 15 minus 10 is 5, 5 plus 10 is 15, 10 plus 5 is 15. So when we have our addition sentence, we can think about them as addition sentences. We could think about them as subtraction sentences. We can count on and then use the dots to help us remember how many places we counted. We can use our quick tens. We could also break up our 15. So 15 is 110, 5 ones. Okay, and because we're subtracting in this part, we can cross off those 5 ones as a number this time, not like our drawing over here, and still see that we're left with 10.